My dear students, so once again, this class will be the last class for this week, right? We have started about the boron compounds. So in the first class we took about the properties of boron. There are 10 chemical equations in that. After that, second day we took up borax. It is Na2B4O7. That's a sodium salt of tetraboric acid, right? I told you to write all these 17 equations and practice, but nobody has put it in the WhatsApp group. Anyway, in organic chemistry, you need to have some practice of these chemical equations. Otherwise, it's becoming difficult, right? Once, twice, if you write, it will become easy. Okay? Today, we are going to the third topic. So, third topic is orthoboric acid. Orthoboric acid. Right? So this is 12th chemistry. B block is the chapter. Lesson 2. So orthoboric acid formula by this time we must know. It is H3BO3. Yeah, formula as we keep on moving in the lesson, you should keep on memorizing the formula. So orthoboric acid or simply boric acid. Right? It is H3BO3. This also can be given as boric acid. Boric acid. So boric acid na the orthoboric acid. Right? So its preparation. Its preparation is done by two methods. One from borax. This equation is a repetition of what we have already done from borax topic. So borax has got the molecular formula of Na2B4O7. This is to be boiled with sulfuric acid and the presence of water. So these are the reactants. Then the compound that is formed here is boric acid. And what is happening to sodium and what is happening to sulfate is the next question. It becomes sodium sulfate. So K to product here, right? So boron becomes boric acid, sodium becomes sodium sulfate. Now to balance it. Now there are 4 boron. So multiply this by 4. There is 2 sodium, therefore there are 2 sodium, right? Then how many hydrogen here? It is 4 into 3, 12. 12 we have 2 here and 2 here. We should not put any number here because sulfate will be disturbed. Therefore, we have to put 5 water molecule. So 5 into 2, 10, 10 plus 2, 12. Others are more balanced. Now, oxygen, 7 plus 4, 11, 11 plus 5, 16. 4 into 3, 12, 12 plus 4, 16. So that's how the equation is balanced. So this is how boric acid is prepared. So in exam also you should not write only the equation, you write one statement also about this. Borax on heating with dilute sulfuric acid will form boric acid. One statement you have to write, right? Then the second preparation is done from colomonite. So colomonite is the other ore of boron. That is calcium salt. It is Ca2B6O11 is to be boiled with water in the presence of sulfur dioxide. So you have to take colomonite and the colomonite will have to be powdered, mixed with water, and then sulfur dioxide is passed and the solution is boiled. Right? Then this leads to the formation of calcium hyposulfite. So this formula you have to carefully write. This is calcium hydrogen sulfite, and along with that it forms boric acid. Right? Now how to balance this equation? So 2 calcium, multiply this by 2. Then 6 boron. Therefore, multiply this by 6 because boron is 1. Now, you look at the hydrogen. It is 6 into 3, 18 here. and 2 into 2, 4. So totally we have how many hydrogen? 22 hydrogen. Right? So 22 hydrogen, you have to multiply this by how many water molecules? 11 water molecules. Then sulfur, it is 2 here into 2, 4. So this is how it is to be balanced. Right? So only in this equation you should write this compound carefully. It is correct, boric acid. But calcium hydrogen sulfide you have to write. In the book, this equation is given wrong. Book in the equation வந்து தப்பா கொடுத்துக்கறாங்க. இங்க என்ன போட்டுக்கறாங்க 11 H2SO4 plus SO2 னு கொடுத்திருக்கோம். சோ இது ரெண்டுமே தப்பு. இங்க 11 H2SO4 வராது, 11 H2O னு வரணும். இங்க SO2 1 mole வராது, எத்தனை mole வரணும்? 4 mole. bookல கரெக்ட் பண்ணிக்கீங்க அத. So take that page and correct this equation. Right? It must be 11 H2O. Then only the equation gets balanced. So these are the two methods of preparation of boric acid. One you can get from borax, the other one you can get from colomanite. Right? Now we will go into the properties of borax, boric acid. So boric acid is a white crystalline solid. Then properties. It's a crystalline solid, right? Then it is a weak monobasic acid. As it accepts one OH minus ion. Right? So when boric acid formula can also be written like this. So H3BO3 BOH thrice kuda எழுதலாம் ஒண்ணும் தப்பு கிடையாது. This reacts with water molecule. If there are two water molecules involved, one gives OH minus and this will become BOH4 minus ion. It forms anion and it becomes H3O plus. Right? So two water molecules involved. In the two water molecules, now there, one water molecule breaks as H plus and OH minus. H plus இது கூட போயிட்டு H3O plus ஆயிடும். OH minus இது கூட போயிட்டு BOH4 minus ஆயிடும். Right? So இது 2 mark questionாவே கேட்பாங்க. Orthoboric acid is a monobasic acid. Why? அப்படினா in this equation you have to write this. It accepts one OH minus and forms hydronium ion. Therefore it is weak basic, right? Then the second reaction is with sodium hydroxide, right? So boric acid reacts with sodium hydroxide and it forms sodium metaborate. So this is called sodium metaborate. And along with that it forms H2O, right? So we got 4 hydrogen, therefore we will get 2 water molecules and sodium metaborate is formed. The equation is mostly balanced. We have 2 oxygen here and 2 oxygen here. Now it is 3 plus 1, 4. And the same boric acid will react with sodium hydroxide with excess of sodium hydroxide and it forms sodium tetraborate, that is borax. Along with that it forms 2 water molecule. Now you got to multiply this by 4, right? And 2 sodium is already there. If you look at the hydrogen, 4 into 3, 12, 12 plus 2, 14. Therefore we will get how many water molecules? 7 water molecules, right? And this is sodium tetraborate. So 2 borate salts we are getting. Therefore with alkali it forms salt, therefore it is what in nature? Acidic in nature. This is the second chemical property. Now we move on to the third one. Third one is action of heat. So in the action of heat, boric acid will have to be heated, right? So when it is heated to 373 or 383 Kelvin, then it forms metaboric acid, giving out water molecule. This is called metaboric acid, right? And this metaboric acid, this equation is balanced. 1 plus 2, 3 hydrogen, 1 boron, 2 plus 1, 3 oxygen. When this metaboric acid is heated to 413 Kelvin, it becomes tetraboric acid. H2, B4, O7 plus H2O. This is called tetraboric acid. Right? Now, boron 4 here, 1 here. Multiply this by 4. Right? Then hydrogen, there is 4, which is already 4 here. Oxygen, 4 into 2, 8. It is 7 plus 1, 8. This tetraboric acid, H4, H2, B4, O7. When further heated to red hot condition, it breaks, forming boron trioxide, giving out water molecule. So you got to multiply this by 2. Boron 4 hydrogen, 2 into 4. So this forms boron trioxide. This is mostly coming out in the form of bead. That's why it's used in bead test also. So this is the third equation, right? So first boric acid becomes metaboric acid. Metaboric acid becomes tetraboric acid. Tetraboric acid will become boron trioxide or bead. This is equation number 3. And we go to the fourth chemical property. Its reaction with ammonia. So ammonia reacts with boric acid. Boric acid formula is H3BO3. It reacts with ammonia. So these two on heating, these 3 hydrogen will join with 3 oxygen and 3 hydrogen to form 3 water molecules. And we get boron nitride. This is a simple equation. Right? And the fourth one, fifth one is ethyl borate test. Right? This is also known as test for boric acid. Kappa Kandipa. Or test for borates. Chemistry lab le padu. Boric acid test is the borate test. So boric acid will have to be taken. It is mixed with ethyl alcohol and a few drops of concentrated sulfuric acid. Right? Then heated. You'll get vapors. This vapor is ethyl borate vapors. These vapors will have to be shown in flame. And it will burn as a green flame. So green flame form ஆச்சுனாவே என்ன இருக்குதுன்னு அர்த்தம் boric acid இருக்குது இல்லாட்டி borate இருக்குதுன்னு அர்த்தம். So boric acid will react with ethyl alcohol in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. Now what happens? This 3 alcohol molecule will interact and it becomes boron with C2H5O 3 times and 3 water molecules will be produced. Right? So this is called ethyl borate. And this is the one which will burns in green color. Right? So this is ethyl borate test, right? Or you can write in elaborated form also. CH3, CH2, OH கூட போட்டு எழுதலாம். அப்ப இங்க எப்படி வரும்? CH3, CH2, O 3 times with boron. Like that also you can write. Short form லயும் எழுதலாம், long form லயும் எழுதலாம். So this is the next two properties. So we got two more properties. So we got the last two properties. Then sixth one is with calcium fluoride. So calcium fluoride reacts with boric acid and sulfuric acid to form boron trifluoride. Along with that, it forms calcium sulfate. Along with that, it forms water molecule. So these are the three products formed. So calcium, boron will join with fluorine forming boron trifluoride. Calcium will join with sulfate forming calcium sulfate, and we get boric acid, and we get water molecules. Now to balance this equation. So if we look at fluorine, it is 3 here and 2 here. Therefore multiply this by 3 and this by 2. Now boron becomes 2, multiply this by 2. Calcium becomes 3, multiply this by 3. Now look at the hydrogen. It is 2 into 3, 6. And sulfate also becomes 3. Therefore you got to multiply this also by 3. Now hydrogen, 2 into 3, 6. 3 into 2, 6. 6 plus 6, 12. Therefore 6 water molecule will be produced. Right? This is the preparation of boron trifluoride almost. Right? Using calcium chloride and boric acid. The last reaction is with soda ash or sodium carbonate. Right? Boric acid, when heated with sodium carbonate, produces borax with the liberation of carbon dioxide and water molecule. Right? So to balance this, boron 1 here and 4 there. Multiply this by 4. Right? Then hydrogen, it is 4 into 3, 12. Therefore 6 water molecule. Carbon 1, there is carbon 1. So oxygen, it is 4 into 3, 12, 12 plus 3, 15. There also it is 7 plus 2, 9 plus 6, 15. Right? So we get borax here. So these are the properties of 7 properties of boric acid. Right? Then we go to the structure of boric acid. So in the structure of boric acid, the BO3 2 minus units are formed, which are linked using hydrogen bonding. Right? This is very important. So we have boron in the middle. There will be 1 oxygen here, 1 oxygen here, 1 oxygen here. Now there will be how many hydrogen? 3 hydrogens, right? So 1 hydrogen is placed like this, 1 hydrogen is placed like this, and 1 hydrogen is placed like this. So this is 1 boric acid. And the second boric acid we put here. In that, you have to put 1 oxygen down and 2 oxygen up. Right? Now, this will have 1 hydrogen. This will have 1 hydrogen. This will have 1 hydrogen. Like this. Now what happens? This is highly electronegative. This is highly electropositive. Between these two, hydrogen bonding is formed. Between these two, hydrogen bonding is formed. Right? So 1 oxygen in each boric acid will be involved in hydrogen bonding. 1 hydrogen will be involved in the next boric acid. Similarly, you can put the next boron here. So that boron will have boron here, and the oxygen will go like this, right? One oxygen here, and these two will have hydrogen bonding, right? And we have hydrogen here and hydrogen here, right? Between these two, there will be hydrogen bonding. So one hydrogen bonding will be formed, another hydrogen bonding will be formed. So like that, hydrogen bonding will be formed between boric acid. So every boron will be surrounded by 3 OH groups, and there will be always 2 hydrogen bonding that will be formed at 2 different places. So this is the structure, right? So boric acid is used as a disinfectant. Mostly it is used in manufacturing of ointments, glass. That's the uses of the boric acid, right? So with this we'll complete today's class, and we'll continue the rest in the next week. So this week you are writing a test in this P block lesson up to borax only. This is not included for tomorrow's test. Okay, there will be no choice in that question paper. So do the test very well and post the answers immediately. Take care. God bless you.